Everybody, I'm here to do a recap of the combo that we've been learning for the last 700 years. We explored a little bit of tossing and rolls and all sorts of stuff within this combo. So I'm just going to show it to you and then I will break it down. Awesome. So that was a long combo. And I know we spent several weeks on it, so that's a good thing, but there's lots in there to practice. I'll just start from the beginning and work my way through, and we'll talk about skill building as we go along. So the first thing we did was we just picked it up from the ground. So I have it on my toe and I've got my palm facing up, and then I'm just going to grab it like that. From here, we went into this little flip kind of pass or toss. You can, make it a little bit bigger, but, the idea is to just flip halfway up into a vertical and pass to the other hand. So I am hinging rather than swinging. And I'm hinging up in towards the center of my body. Excuse me. As I come up, I'm keeping my hand where it is instead of swinging. I've got a light fingertip grip, and I'm going to just try to release once it begins to go upwards. Okay. Grab them with my palm facing up with the other hand. The hoop is going to want to fall back in towards you. So we're just going to let it go all the way around and wrap over the back of the arm. We're going to unfold and do the same thing. So you can do this back and forth, but we're just going to do it from here. We're going to pass over to the left, going to fold, unfold, pass to the right, and fold. The next thing that we're going to do is go into the over the neck coin flip toss, which doesn't look like that. We're going to go into the over the neck coin flip toss, which looks like that. And we spend quite a bit of time on the coin flip toss over the neck. And a lot of the times what was happening was we were kind of just having it fall over our heads. So that is something that I personally struggled with for so long. So one thing that you can do is you can practice just a little coin flip toss out front until you feel confident in that toss, and then just add a little kind of bow into it. The coin flip toss is very similar to this little pass that we were doing, except for allowing the coin flip to happen in full. Okay. Nice kind of controlled release out front, and I'm on that upwards, just releasing it. So it's not going to be perfect every time, but you definitely want it to rotate on this axis and come back into your hand here. So I'm hinging. See this upward? I'm really going to give it a little bit of oomph. So backspin almost a little bit, like open the door to get that flip to happen. It's a really fun one to play with outside because you can get lots of coin flips and you can get it to go really high. But this is a good one to practice. And even if you don't get the coin flip over the neck, then you can just pull out one of these in the combo. But just keep practicing that and trying to capture it with the same hand. Okay. And then when you're ready to try with the over the neck toss, I say keep your hand on the same side as whatever hand is holding the hoop. So avoid crossing over towards the opposite side of your head. we're looking for this area right here. I call it like the violin area. So I don't play a violin. Again, always using this imagery of things that I have no idea about. So you want to practice just hinging and touching the side of your neck. Okay, so try not to lose that excellent coin flip, that kind of upwards motion while you go for here. I know it's a little scary, but you know, if you just do it a little more upwards, then it's less likely to hit you in the face. So the less you give it, the more it's gonna, you know, hit you or just fall over your head. So really just try to go for it. Okay, even if it falls, don't worry about it. Just practice trying to get it to land here and go over top in this path. Okay, from behind. Great. So once we complete the over the neck coin flip, or if you want to just do that one, that's cool. Try to capture it with your palm facing up or thumb facing out away from you, because we're going to bring it down here. This is where we're just going to do a little flip to change our thumb facing in. The way that you do this is the hoop is going to turn inwards, so in a counterclockwise position. In my right hand, I'm going to let it come in, travel over the pinky side, over the back of the hand, and then just re-grip so that your thumb is facing in towards you. Here, thumb facing out, thumb facing in. You can also add some speed by using your thumb or your index finger to push it in, but I prefer the thumb because that's what happens. So if I take my grip like so, and I push the side of my thumb, the outside of my thumb in towards the hoop, I can then use that as a way to propel it. And then the faster you do it, the faster you got to catch it. So now my thumb is facing in, and we're going to do the under the leg toss. With any tosses that we're doing today, they're tiny tosses. So we're actually indoors, so we don't want to go too high up, but you could launch these pretty high if you wanted. But in this case, we're going to treat it almost like we're rolling it over the back of the leg. So we want to go right underneath the leg. I almost like imagine touching my hamstring, and I'm drawing this J kind of letter or shape under my leg. The more circular momentum you start out with, the more it's going to finish off in a circle. So if I start it here and I give it momentum just going straight across, that's going to happen. So if you imagine it, you know, even like give it a little bit of a swing like so, then you're going to get more of a circular finish to your toss as well. And I will mention this a few times, you want a nice fingertip grip. So you don't want to be gripping or death gripping the hoop too much. Right underneath, and we're going to catch it with our left now. So if you need to practice this a few times, you can catch with whatever you want, but in this combo, we're going to catch it with our left. And when you catch a toss and you want to go into, let's say, a hand spin, you're always going to want to find this bottom part of the hoop. If we go under and we're going to capture it with the left, I'm going to find somewhere around 6 o'clock and almost follow the momentum of the hoop and allow it to go into a hand spin. Okay? Under, capture with the left. From here, we go into our tuck toss, which looks like that. So when you want to smooth this out, you're going to go towards the right. Okay, you're going to start to think about turning as you capture it. And then eventually, you don't even have to hand spin. You can go bam and bam, right? But first, when you're getting used to the tuck toss, you might just need to grab it and turn and give yourself a minute to think about what's going to happen next. The tuck toss is something that we spent quite a bit of time on. And personally, I love a tuck toss, but it is a little, tricky to get because a lot of the times people will try to just, go from down here and try to send it behind them. But really, what I've recently discovered is, again, that finding the motion that you want it to go into, right? So if you want the hoop to end like this, then we should start it like this. So if we're in our excuse me, our hand spin, we want to broaden the circle here, right? If we're here and we try to go into our tuck toss, we're not giving ourselves a lot of space to create momentum. So nice and slow with our hand spin, or if you're not comfortable yet with hand spinning, you can start all the way out front and then bring it under. Please note that I am bringing my hand all the way towards my armpit. So we're just going to tickle ourselves underneath our armpit. Out front, we're going to bring the elbow out to the side, and we're going to bring our fingers towards our armpit. So try not to pull it, let it swing underneath, okay? Again, light fingertip grip for this one. It should be leaving the finger pads as you're ready to go under for the toss. The other thing, oh yes, so when we're doing the hand spin, slow it down. And as that downward momentum comes by, that's when we're gonna reach out and bring it under, okay? Okay, so it just happens a little bigger in front than maybe you've been doing. So give that a try. Try not to bring your hand out here. You really want to bring it here so that it travels over top of the elbow. You can also treat this one like a roll over top of the shoulder. Okay, so slow that one down, really give yourself some time to play with that one. And yeah, then you can start to go from here right into your tuck toss once you get the hang of it. So once we do our tuck toss, this is where we're going to grab it with our right hand. So left hand is completing the tuck toss, and we're going to turn back towards the hoop so that we're back in a wall plane. Okay, and this is where we're going to turn again towards our left into our backwards weave so that we can go into our weave toss. Some of us are still working on this weave toss, but quickly, it's like you are crossing your body and making tiny J shapes to toss the hoop ever so gently towards yourself, okay? So I will show you the hand position. The momentum of the hoop is going backwards, and then we're gonna draw that shape here. So we can practice this with a grip, and then eventually no grip. So just capturing with the back of our hand and making that nice J shape across the body, across the body, across the body. Keeping it close to you. We said almost like you're petting the bottom of the hoop, okay? Let me show you from the side. So we're over here. So if we're in our backwards weave, in our right hand, as it arrives to the same side that's holding it, this is when I'm going to take my left hand and just do that little J shape. For now, you can capture it with your right and then let that momentum fall backwards and make a little J. A lot of the times I saw people trying to make their J's like so. You want to make your J's a little more up towards the ceiling, because wherever this ends is where your hoop's going to go. And then you're going to be chasing your hoop and reaching out forward for it. So again, just trying to keep those little J motions a little tighter in towards the body. Once you get a feel for this, it feels really nice. We're going to go into the next move. Oh, one more thing with this move. Don't look at the hoop. Look ahead of you. So I'm just looking straight on. So once you get that, we're going to pop into our chest roll. So a good way to practice that is after you're ready to, once you're doing the left hand, we're just going to get our right palm underneath. This is a good way to break this one down. Okay, so we're going to practice that for a little bit. If you want to practice your balance, you can as well. Balance is a really good skill to have to pop into the chest roll from that. But just remember with balancing, you know, be patient, loose knees, and focus on the opposite end of the hoop. Okay, I like to pick a spot, like a dirty spot on my hoop just to focus on. And then that's going to be where we go into our chest roll. So if you're still working on that, you can just continue to support the hoop with that left hand and just place the right hand underneath. Okay, this is where we're going to pop into our chest roll. So we're just going to use gravity in this case and allow it to run down the hill. I'm not going to go into chest roll tutorials right now because everybody seems to pretty much have that skill. But the thing that you're going to really want to work on for this combo is going from a wheel plane into a wall plane to get into that chest roll. Try not to take your eyes off the hoop as you're doing that. And as you are ready to go into the chest roll, staring right at the hoop, opening into a wall plane, and allowing the hoop to come to your opposite hand. Okay, we all have pretty good chest roll skills here, so just keep playing with that, and then you can try from here into here, and just, you know, if you are able to balance, that's really going to be helpful in getting into the wall plane for your chest roll. Okay, so once we've completed our chest roll and we've caught it in our left hand, this is where we're going to allow the hoop's momentum to just continue that way because it's already going away from us. Once you do a chest roll, the hoop is going this way, right? It's going to want to fall down that way, so just let it. So we come here, let the hoop fall behind us, and rotate until our hand is palm facing down at 6 o'clock. I've also got my index finger out. And what's going to happen here is we're going to let the hoop go behind our back like this. So we're just going to be like, which way do we want the hoop to go? Want it to go that way. It's just a fancy way of pointing, I guess. So we've got our hoop palm facing down, our index finger pointing away from us, and we're going to go that way. Again, nice light kind of fingertip grip. If your hoop is traveling too fast away from you, just play with it and kind of feel what momentum works best. So I like to go again in a little bit of a J pattern behind my back so that I have time to turn and catch the hoop. Here, roll, point, whoops, and then perfectly catch with your thumb facing up. My back is still towards the audience right now. And then I'm just going to roll the hoop back behind me, light grip here because we don't want this to happen. So light fingertip grip, let it roll behind me. And then I'm going to turn towards my left as I isolate a quarter turn and turn all the way back towards the audience. This is where we're going to go into our hand spin. I don't think many of us need help with this, but basically when we're holding our hoop like so with our fingertips, you're able to sneak your thumb inside, okay? So that you can spin it around your thumb and then grip the hoop or get into your hand spin. So it's just a quick little grip switch from the outside to the inside so that we're able to go into our handspin. And sorry, I was going the wrong way. So if I'm here, I'm going to go outspin. So that's the way we want to go. So in our outspin now, nice and easy, as that downward beat comes along here, we're going to stick our hand all the way out, okay? All the way out. And then we're going to grab with the left hand. So under the left hand, again, there's that J. So make sure you make that J shape. Boom. Grab it across your body with your thumb facing up. Then we're just going to swing that hoop across. So we're just swinging it all the way across our body, just like that. We're going to go whoosh, and then we're going to let the hoop roll back behind us. I'll show you that from the side. Whoosh. So swing and roll. Again, fingertip. That's the end of it. So we're going to go swing across, pose. I hope you enjoyed that very long combo. This is maybe one of the longest recaps I've ever done, but I hope you enjoy it. There's lots of stuff in there, coin flips and chest rolls and balance and, oh my goodness, tosses. There was a little bit of, you know, almost everything except for escalators, funny enough, which I love. So I hope you enjoyed this combo over the last few weeks, and let me know if you have any questions. Share your attempts on social media. I would love to see it, or just share privately with me, or if you have any questions about any parts particular, I would be more than happy to help you. So thanks so much for sticking it out with that combo. I'll see you all next week.